Lagos Badagry Expressway. Nigerian Education Loan Fund releases over 2.9 billion naira student loan to 19 institutions. Under Forensen, 4 prison employees die in Russian hostage taken. In sport, federal government announces upward review of bonuses for Paralympic athletes. Now the details. I am Taiwo Barua. In continuation of the reconstruction work on Lagos Badagry Expressway, the Lagos State government says that traffic will be diverted in sections to minimize inconveniences for motorists from Monday, 26th August to Friday, 31st January 2025. The first section of the reconstruction work covering the stretch of Daba Junction, Badagry bound on both lane and service lane will commence from Monday, 26th August to 30th September. Motorists going to Badagry from Lagos during repair works on the toll lane will be diverted to the service lane at 100 meters to exit the service lane back to the toll lane away from Daba Junction to continue their journeys. Also, traffic inward Badagry from Lagos on the service lane will be diverted to the toll lane to the service lane 100 meters away from Daba Junction to reach their destinations, while traffic inward Badagry from Daba Road will be diverted to Fat Bims Road inward Apple Junction to link Festac Road, after which they will head towards Alakija Road to access Lagos Badagry Express Road to continue their journeys. Commissioner for Transportation Oluwaseun Oshiyemi, while calling for the understanding of motorists, stated that those coming from Badagry will have through traffic inbound Lagos. Oshiyemi added that notification will be released for the other sections of the completion of the first section. The Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, DSVA, has taken sexual and gender violence advocacy to Iba, local council development area of the state. Its executive secretary, Titilola Viva Adeni, said reaching the communities for collaborative effort in the fight against all forms of abuses and violence remains crucial and cannot be undermined. Community development officials who represented the executive secretary noted that the agency ensures that the state government resolve to rid the state of SGBV menace remains unwavering. The participants were exposed to the various support services the state government provided freely for the Lagosians, ranging from medical, legal services, empowerment, psychosocial support, law enforcement, as well as other partner agencies whose services can be accessed freely at the agency. The community leaders were encouraged to join the state government in the fight against SGBV by exposing perpetrators, bringing them to justice, and create a safe society for all, as well as the need to report cases through official toll-free line on 08000333333. Lagos State Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment Folashade Ambrose Medebem has commended the Chinese Consulate General, Lagos and Lekki Free Zone Development Center for initiating a new information communication technology ICT center for the community senior secondary school, Akodo Ibeju, Lekki, Lagos. Ambrose Medebem gave the commendation at the groundbreaking ceremony of the new ICT center. According to her, the projects exemplify the commitment of the Chinese government and enterprises to corporate social responsibility, making them social responsible in their operations by providing positive social value. She said that the project would not only complement the effort of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration at promoting ICT knowledge in the state, but as well align with state's position at collaborating with the private sector to advance the course of development of Lagos. The Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency, NIHSA, has warned the public regarding the rising water levels of the River Niger as of August 22. This alert comes in response to a report from the Niger Basin Authority in Niamey, Niger Republic, indicating that upstream activities in Niger and Mali have contributed to the situation. Director General of NIHSA, Umar Mohammed, noted that the flood waters from these two countries are expected to move gradually into Nigeria through Kebbi State. Mohammed said the dam operators at Kanji and Jeba on the River Niger have been informed and are fully prepared to manage the situation. He advised state and communities along the River Niger system to be on high alert as the flood waters are anticipated to peak towards the end of August and into September. Now to the rest of the stories. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NELFund, says it has disbursed over 2.9 billion naira of the student loan to 27,667 students from 19 institutions nationwide. NELFund stated this on its handle as it confirms receiving 50 billion naira from EFCC to boost the student loan scheme. It will be recorded that NELFund has on August 14 said students from 22 state-owned tertiary institutions had been cleared to apply for student loans after a review by the Committee for the Student Verification System, which brought the total number of approved state institutions to 108. The Minister of State for Police Affairs, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, has announced that the federal government is committed to fostering an open and transparent dialogue between the Ministry of Police Affairs and citizens to enhance security through community policing. Suleiman Ibrahim stated this in Umahia, Abia State, during the Citizens Town Hall engagement on strengthening community policing in Nigeria under the Renewed Hope Police Agenda. She said the town hall meeting with the theme Community Policing, Building a Safer Nigeria Together is expected to provide a platform for direct engagement between the ministry on one side and the citizen and other critical policing stakeholders across the country. The minister noted that the federal government plans to reposition the Nigeria Police as a world-class police institutions fit for the 21st century, not only responsive, intelligence-led community and technologically advanced, but also excelling in maintaining public safety, upholding the rule of law, and fostering community trust through transparent and accountable practices. The acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Kudrat Kekereokun, has vowed to increase Nigerians' trust in the judicial system. Kekereokun maintained that such a task would not be hers alone, but the collective duty of all Nigerians. She made these remarks at her swearing in as the 23rd acting Chief Justice of Nigeria at the Council Chamber of the State House, Abuja. The acting Chief Justice also noted that her administration would reform the appointment process of judicial officers, promising a better judiciary by the end of her tenure. In foreign news, four prison employees have been killed after prisoners staged a revolt in a Russian penal colony and took 8 hostages. Special forces stormed the IK-19 Surovikino facility in the southwestern Volgograd region after knife-wielding prisoners who identify themselves as Islamic State militants claimed to have taken control of the sprawling complex. Authorities said the Special Forces operation had freed some hostages and neutralized all the attackers, but later confirmed that 4 prison employees died in the attack. Russia's Rosgvardina National Guard said snipers shot 4 attackers in the rescue operation. In sport now, the federal government has announced an upward review of the winning bonuses for Nigeria's Paralympic athletes participating in the forthcoming 2024 Paralympic Games. Minister of Sports Development John Eno said this during an interview during an interactive session with the para-athletes in their training camp in Germany. Eno said the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games is billed for August 28 till September 8. He explained that the gesture is part of the federal government's recognition and appreciation of the sacrifices, deduction, and commitment of the athletes in striving to represent the country and make it proud in the Committee of Nations. The minister urged the athletes to see the gesture as a morale booster aimed at re-energizing the sport spirit in them, reawakening their patriotism, and giving them the much-desired courage to propel them to glory. Eno emphasized the need for the athlete to do better than Team Nigeria's poor performance at the just concluded Olympic Games. And that's it on the news at 6, but just before we go, slow down at road junctions, intersections, and pedestrian crossings. You can follow us and like all of various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration completed the Lekki Free Trade Zone jetty and offloading platform? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government has announced traffic diversion on Lagos-Badagry Expressway to pave way for reconstruction works starting from Monday, 26th August to Friday, 31st January 2025. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NELFund, said it has disbursed over 2.9 billion naira of the student loan to 27,667 students from 19 institutions nationwide. We also told you that 4 prison employees have been killed after prisoners staged a revolt in a Russian panel colony and took 8 hostages. Finally, in sport, the federal government has announced an upward review of the winning bonuses for Nigeria's Paralympic athletes participating in the forthcoming 2024 Paralympic Games. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adiraye Dowolaya. I am Taiwo Barua. Thank you for listening. Good evening.